Hey, all right, everybody, how's it going? Now, it's a Sunday, I got a few hours to kill, so I thought I'd go for a bit of a drive in the Hyundai Kona EV. Now, I'm going to head towards the sort of middle of Wales, where the charging infrastructure isn't as good. In South Wales is pretty good, but as you get into the middle of Wales, it gets a bit sparse. Now, on the drive, I'll talk about, did I prefer the Nissan Leaf or do I prefer the Hyundai Kona? So let's go for a bit of a drive, bit of a chat, bit of a waffle, and I'll look at the scenery as well at the same time. So let's get going. Right, I've just pulled over. I got 72% battery, 202 miles on the old guessometer thingamajigly. Ignore that triangle. That's to do with that thing there, the front radar. So I've typed in the postcode, Brecon, LD3 OPE. There should be a charger up by there somewhere. I won't need it. For some reason, this was telling me it was 25 miles away. Google Maps is telling me it's 40 miles away. Now, Google Maps is more precise. I don't know how good the sat-nav is on this car, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to try it, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. So, it's about an hour's drive, I'd say, about an hour, something like that. I'll probably have to stop off and go to the toilet somewhere, because the other obstacle of driving in mid-Wales is there's no toilets anywhere. If you're driving on the motorways, you can stop off at services, but if you're driving in the middle of Timbuktu, toilets are few and far between. Anyway, so, right, with that being said, I'll make my way there. I'll try and set up some cameras in a bit. I'll drive this first bit. It's boring. The first bit is normal roads. When I get past a place called Brynmawr, that's when it gets a bit more picturesque, I should say, more mountain views. Mind, it was overcast today. But anyway, let's get driving and stop waffling. Right, okay, like I said, I'm heading towards a place called Brynmawr. I'll stop off there and go to the toilet because my bladder, I don't know what it is. I must be getting older. It doesn't, I can't go much longer than an hour without looking for a toilet. If I go right into mid-Wales, there might not be any toilets around. So I'll go when there's a toilet available. Now, when I jumped in this car, what was the first thing I noticed different about the Nissan Leaf? Well, the first thing is this car, now I don't know if other people will agree with me, but this car is got more road noise than the Nissan Leaf. You can hear the tyres more in this car. Now you might say that's the tyres, but I've changed the tyres in the back, the brand new ones in the back. I've got the low decibel ones, but it has made it a bit better. But there is more cabin noise in the Kona EV than the Nissan Leaf I had. So the Leaf was a little bit quieter. Not a lot quieter, but it was noticeably quieter. Now, the other difference is the way this car handles. This car handles a lot better than the Nissan Leaf. The Nissan Leaf was a little bit more boaty, if that's the right word to use. It was a bit more boaty, so it wallowed about a bit compared to this, whereas it's a bit more, everything's a bit more tighter, it's less wallowy. I would say slightly firmer, if anything, but this car has got rear independent suspension, where the Nissan Leaf had a trailing arm. So that's going to make a difference, on the suspension setup. So that's the two things I noticed immediately. Was this one was a little bit noisier on the road, but the driving is much more precise. It does feel better to drive. Now, I was going to put a dash cam. I got a dash cam. I took it out of the Leaf. I was going to put it in this car, but I don't know if this makes any sense. There's a big, massive black thing by here. There was one on the Nissan Leaf, but it wasn't as big behind the mirror. This big black thing. And wherever I put the camera, it's sort of, I can't put it close to this black thing in the middle because it shows up on the camera. Well, I could, but it'd show up on the camera. And if I move it across, it's in my eye's view and I don't like it. I like to try and hide the dash cam behind the the rear view mirror. So that's another thing I got to try and work out. Do I change to a different dash cam? Now, if I had a left-hand drive Kona, you can buy like a new plastic piece there with the camera built in, but they don't do it for the right-hand drive model. Anyway, that's nothing. That's not what this video is about. Now, originally this sat-nav tried to take me a different way to the way I want to go, but I know the way to Brynmawr because I used to work in Brynmawr. Oh, about 10 years ago maybe. I used to work in Brynmawr. It's like one of the... There's a road up by Brynmawr, and it's supposed to be one of the highest roads in Wales. Right, let's get back to the comparing the Kona to the Nissan Leaf. Now, the only... It's going to be a bit harsh, this is, but the only thing that I think was better on the Nissan Leaf was it was a bit quieter, and that's the only thing that I think was better. Oh, there was another thing. The it's only a small thing. The Nissan Leaf seats, they weren't comfier, but they did look nicer because they had some sort of Alcantara and leather. So let me just turn off this lane assist. Is dragging me everywhere. I keep forgetting to turn the lane assist off because it keeps pushing me and nudging me. Right, what was I saying? So the only thing... Wait for the sat-nav. The only thing that I think was better in the Nissan Leaf was there was less road noise. This car is quite noisy inside. For an electric car, I can hear a lot of road noise. So I don't know if there's ways of combating that. Now, I did look on YouTube and I did see some guy, he stripped his whole car apart. He had a Hyundai Kona. It wasn't electric. Was it electric one? I can't remember. But he deadened the whole car because he found the car noisy. So if anybody owns a Hyundai Kona EV, not the new ones, this type of one, the original one, do you find the cabin noise a little bit loud? I'm finding it a little bit loud for a car that costs quite a lot of money from new. I'm finding the cabin noise a little bit loud. Yeah, so the Kona has got more power. It is more powerful. It's got the CCS charging. The whole infotainment system here is way more advanced. I know the car's 2 years newer than the Nissan Leaf, and it has got the updated. Now, funny enough, I did look at the what's it called? I can't remember. I can't think of the right word now. Anyway, the infotainment system was updated at the end of January 2024. So there actually been updates being kept going by Hyundai. Now, the Nissan Leaf has been left high and dry by Nissan. It didn't seem like it had that many updates at all. It was very outdated. The maps were outdated. The screen was... It was just outdated. The Nissan Leaf was quite outdated. Now, saying that, I didn't have the... Mine was a 58 plate, not 58, it was a 68. 68 plate, late 2018 Nissan Leaf. And in 2019, they did have the 7-inch display upgraded to an 8-inch display, which was a little bit better. I don't know if the maps were better, but the one I had was a bit... It was pants. It wasn't very good at all. Now this one I think is a 10.2. In this car here, that's a 10.2. And the display by here, even though it's not all digital, it is some sort of... It's mostly digital, the readout. But there's some sort of... on the sides, like they're just lights basically. It's more clearer. It is a nicer looking display. So everything about this car is nicer inside, looks more modern, it feels more modern, it drives more modern. You know, even all the switch gear, it just feels a bit more modern than the Nissan Leaf because it was a lazy refresh basically. They kept the same door cards, so this does feel all a little bit more modern. Right, okay, I don't know if you can see behind me, I don't know if it'll show up on you, but I'm at Asda's as does in Brynmawr. So I've stopped off by there for have a quick wee, because I don't get range anxiety, I just get bladder anxiety. Like I said, it might be my age. I'm not even that old. Some people can hold their wee longer than me. But there we go. So I'm at Asda's. So I'm going to drive now to my destination. It should be sort of, the road should get a bit quiet and a bit nicer. So I've pointed the camera, that camera by there, look. There, I've stuck it by there, so you can see where I'm going. Maybe a time lapse, I don't know. And I will get to the destination. So let's go. Right, okay, I've reached my destination. I'll just turn the camera around now so you can see there's a charger there. It's got CHAdeMO and CCS, and I think it's got Type 2, and then there's another one over there as well. And I am literally in the middle of nowhere. So let's get out and see if it actually works. Is it going to work? I don't need a charge. Let me just have a look, hang about. Let me just see how much power I got left. I've turned the camera on by here now. I got 172 miles left, and I left with 205 miles, and I think the journey was, I'm going to say 41 miles, I think, something like that. So it's pretty accurate. Was it 41 or 31? And I can't remember. I'll put it up on the screen, whatever it was. So anyway, let's see if it charges. Right, okay then, to begin a charging session, present your card. Now it did say it did do a what's called swipey wipey, so we'll try that now. Not authorised. Well, look at that, that's not very good, is it? I can't get a charge. We apologise for any... Let's try again. Something's happening now. Initiating card identification, please follow instructions. This operation will reserve £30 on your contactless card. Card not detected. Oh, come on. Hooray. Right then. Plugs it in, like so. Are we charging? No, it sounds like something's happening. What I was doing, I was putting my card there and it wouldn't work. So I put my card there and it did work. So I'm probably supposed to put my card there where it says, I don't know if it's for like an RF, something else, I'm not quite sure. Now it says it's starting, I don't know if my car's, let's have a look if the car's doing anything. The car's not doing anything yet. There we go, it's gone green and it's charging. There we go, so let's go and have a look over here and see what's happening. Well, it says my car's at, that's saying 62%, but that's not right, is it? No, yeah, it is right, yeah. That is right. 50 what's that? So it's a 50 kilowatt, must be maxed out at 50 kilowatts, is it? Anyway, so there we go. Right, there you go then. I went up into sort of mid-Wales and I can charge. It did go funny the first time, but it was my fault. I wasn't, I should have put the card by there. It's not very clear on you. It doesn't actually say what you're supposed to do. Because you put your card on there, then it says, it's not very clear. And I have used chargers before. I have used one down by my place. This one's a little bit different. But anyway, it is charging. That's gone off now, so I hope it hasn't stopped. Now, like I said, there was a little bit of confusion out there, when I was doing that. It was a little bit of confusion because it said, touch your card and then everything's tickety-boo. But it's not tickety-boo. I had to press a lot more things to get it to work, and I had to put my card on that other bit. Anyway, look, it's charging there at 47 kilowatts, and I'm at 63%. I don't really need to charge. I'll leave it on there for a bit. I might as well while I'm here. And I'll go and have a look around. I'll go and have a look. I'm just going to have a look around because I think it's called, I can't remember the name of the place now. Was it Talgarth or something? If it's not, if I said that wrong, I'll put that on the screen as well. But there was like a notice board down by there. So I'll go and have a look and see what it says. Right, okay, this is where I am. It says, welcome to Talgarth. I don't know what that tourist centre it says by there. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and come out a bit like that, see if you can all see it. That's where I am, Talgarth. I think the town is that way there. There's another sign by here, on your bike. That's where I'm in a car park by there. So anyway, let's walk up this way and have a look what it's all about. Let's have a look. I'll go up this way by here. It's probably only a small place, but we'll have a look anyway. Doesn't look like there's much down that way. There was a roundabout down there, and there's a pub over that way there. Quite a lot of cars were parked on the roundabout. And then it's quite a fast road to the left of that roundabout there, which is unusual. There we are. And it says over there, Langos, Abergavenny, and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, right, okay, then there you go. I just wanted to see, I wanted to take the car out for a drive, basically. Wanted to go for a little drive, give it a bit of a shakedown, see what it's like. And I thought, I'll try and see if there's any charges. If you go into sort of mid-Wales way, I head in toward mid-Wales. Not quite mid-Wales, but I was heading in that direction. And I have looked on the map, and there are chargers like this dotted around. There's a lot of 22 kilowatt chargers dotted around the area, but there's not many like fast chargers. So they're few and far between fast chargers, but there seems to be a lot of 7 kilowatt and 22 kilowatt chargers. If it's your destination, it's absolutely fine. If you're passing through, it's nice to have a little bit of a faster charger, isn't it? But I just thought I'd try out the Hyundai Kona, and I got to say, coming across that mountain road, it got a little bit nicer a bit later on. The GoPro kept stopping after 10 minutes. I think it stops after 10 minutes after it does the time lapse. For some reason, I have to look at the settings. I'll have to check the settings. But the road it was like a 50-mile-an-hour road for ages, and the road was perfect. There was no potholes, which was amazing, and the car was lovely to drive. This Kona, it is nicer to drive than the Nissan Leaf. I do prefer it to the Nissan Leaf. I do prefer that it's got CCS, not CHAdeMO. Not that that was a deal breaker. I prefer that it's got a massive range compared to the Nissan Leaf. I mean, I didn't need a charge here because the car has got almost a 300-mile range on a good day. I don't know what it's like in winter. It's probably going to be worse, but it's still going to be more than enough for me, and is easy enough to get to a public charger along your way with the amount of charging. I think everything is better in this car. It just, like I said, it feels more modern. It drives better. There's more power. The only one negative thing is there's more road noise. There's more road noise. No, not wind noise. I'm talking about road noise. Road noise coming up from the suspension and the tyres. That is more noticeable than the Nissan Leaf. That's the only bad point I can think comparing the two. And I do prefer this car to the Nissan Leaf. Anyway, a bit of a waffle, not much going on. But, I didn't get you and not be able to charge, or I didn't get you and run out of charge. There was no dramas. I know I didn't go that far, but I was just, look, you try driving into the middle of Wales. There's not many charges around, and some people might panic, but they are there. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Okay, so I stopped off by here. I'm coming back a different way. I'm coming back on the A470 past Brecon, the Brecon beacons and stuff. And I stopped in this car park, but quite a big car park. There was nobody here when I stopped. Then all of a sudden somebody else pulled in. And I was going to get out and film by here, by the side of me. And then all of a sudden the bloke walks past and he starts having a pee in the grass. But he's not there now. He's not there now. So I put the camera away. I didn't want to have the camera out when somebody's going to toilet. It got a bit busier for a second. Anyway, I stopped by it because it looks quite nice. Even though the clouds have come in and it's raining. I'll get out the car and I'll show you now. Let me just show you. Let me get out the car. Let me get my keys just in case I lock myself out. Right. Let's have a look. Right. Here we go, look. So we got them big hills going that way there, look, all the way around. There we go. There's all these hills all around here. Then if you look up in that way, in that direction, you can see the clouds sort of touching the top of that mountain in front of us. And we got some more mountains that way. And then we got two people having the time of their lives down by there. And then there's more mountains that way. And I came from that way down there. And I'm heading up that road up there. So this is after I got to the charging point, but I thought I'd stop here because there's quite a lot of cars. I've got to say, it's a busy road. It's a busy road for a mountain road, but look at them mountains there, and they look quite dark and black and bleak. So, and then there's a sign there that's about don't tip any rubbish by here. But it's quite, I suppose it looks nice. This will look nice when it's on a nice sunny day, but it looks quite nice now when it's raining. But there we are. So there we go. I just thought I'd stop and show you these lovely mountains. I thought I'd stop by here as well. Now, just up there, just round the corner up there, is the mountain called, I think it's called Pennylan. I can't remember what it's called now. Pennylan. I've walked up it a few times. It's a nice mountain. It is a long walk, but it's just up that way there. And there's a reservoir by here. The weather's taken a turn for the worse. It's not the best weather in the world. But I thought I'd just have a quick look by here, that's all. I think there's growing some pine trees over there, just over that side there. Lots of pine trees over there, lots of pine trees, baby pine trees by there. And a little, whatever that bit is there, turret. So it's a sort of reservoir, this, isn't it? If I can show you down by there. Water's going down that way there, look. Down there, don't know if I can show it. Can I get a bit closer? Down that way, down there, look. I'll put the camera a bit further out. There we go. And it's going down and around there. So there we go. Just thought I'd show you that. Some people like to see the hills of Wales. Anyway, let's get back in the car. The car's doing fantastic. The car is driving brilliantly. It's getting me where I want to go. It charged okay. Everything's tickety-boo. Anyway, I'm going. If you did like my waffle and my tiny little road trip into the middle of nowhere, it's not the middle of nowhere, but it's almost the middle of nowhere. Give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ho-hoi!